Good day, YouTube. I think today is like the 17th of February, 2021. And once again, back working on the 66 F100, my new shop truck. And I've been out kind of test driving it yesterday afternoon and a little bit this morning. And when we first did the initial drive on this truck, it was missing. And I really didn't know what was up. But if you get into the gas like a lot, mist goes away. And it idles really good, and it revs good, and it does everything pretty good. But you start putting a little bit of a load on it, just above an idle, it misses and stumbles. And to my feeling, it really feels like ignition. And so this morning, I built a set of plug wires. The plug wires was on it, brand new from Napa, but it really felt like plug wires to me. And so I built a set, put them on, and didn't fix anything. So it still runs poorly. Been out driving it, just down the street and back, and no, it's just horrible. So a couple things I haven't done yet that I really wanted to do. Was to upgrade the ignition to a Pertronix and a high voltage coil. So today's the day. Ran down, my uncle works at Advanced Auto Parts here in town, and picked up a igniter, electronic ignition, which I had one on the shelf that I had bought wrong for something a long time ago. And it turns out it is would fit the 302 if it had a dual point distributor. So the bracket's all wrong, and I couldn't really make it work. So I did readjust the points this morning because I took the points out, tried to put the Pertronix in it that I had, and I couldn't make it work. So back to the points, I reset them. It's still the same. The distributor's new, but the coil's not new. The fuel pump's not new, so I ordered a new fuel pump. Just out of whatever. It should be new. I didn't replace it. I probably should have anyway, but it's coming. So when we're done here with this, all the ignition stuff will have been completely replaced, with probably the exception of the spark plugs, but they were new when I got it. But if this doesn't work, then we'll change the plugs. I'm sure I have a couple sets on the shelf for this because I'm kind of a Ford guy. So Pertronix, I've been very, very happy with Pertronix. I have two of my vintage vehicles that have crane ignition. Everything else has a Pertronix, including the step van. It has a Pertronix in it. The Scooby-Doo van, which is outside, has a Pertronix in it. The 8BA flathead in the 36 has a Pertronix in it. The 56 Ford pickup has a crane ignition. You can actually see it on the fender well right there. And our 64.5 Mustang, which you probably have never seen, also has a crane ignition in it. Everything else has Pertronix in it. And in the next half an hour, so will the 66. All right, let's get started. Well, it says one of the easiest upgrades you'll ever do to your rig. No reason to go into a bunch of detail on this because there really is very, very little to talk about. Basically, you remove your old points and condenser. I left them all connected with the pigtail. And my recommendation is to take the box that your stuff came in and put your points in the box, along with your spare screws. And now you've got something you can, if you're going to take a road trip or something, yeah, just shove it on in there. And you got a little box of stuff that you throw in. Throw this in. Not that I've ever even heard of a Pertronix failing, but, you never know. Something could happen, or a friend or someone could be stranded alongside the road. You've got a set of points. All right, so I'm going to keep those. The old coil is probably good unless this works, then I'm going to throw it away. If this fixes my problem, I'm going to chuck that coil so that I don't ever put it in something again. The rotor, I'll put the rotor on it. Put the cap back on. I'm moving you over. I think the hook has hooked. I think the hook has hooked. If it doesn't go, don't force it, right? Well, seems like the rotor's sitting up too high. Oh boy, isn't that something? Oh, it's not even on. I didn't put that on backwards, did I? Dun, dun, dun. Let me fiddle. All right. I experienced that I had to kind of sand down the rotor on the bottom to get it to go far enough where it wasn't teetering on the cap. So that's kind of unfortunate. This is a Chinese aftermarket distributor, so I got to keep that in mind. You can't just buy a new rotor and throw it on there without modifying it. Let's fire it up. And I don't know if I'll be able to tell anything in the garage. We'll probably have to drive it. That didn't work. Except for that. Did I not tighten up something? That's weird. Those are tight. Those are tight. Comes with a little plastic spacer. Oh. Dummy! I forgot to plug the coil wire in. Hi, Lem. My dog. It would help to plug the coil wire in. Probably going to make all the difference in the world there. All right. Better this time. That's This thing's been off for a couple of hours. I think fired up, no choke. No longer was finicky. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's way better. Woohoo, I am stoked. I am going to take it out for a test drive, and I'll let you know if that fixed my issue. It feels real good. Very happy. I'll get back to you in a little bit. All right, I'm just back from a test drive. 75–80% better. So certainly we're on the right track. But earlier this morning, I really richened up the carburetor, the idle screws. So I've redone that, reset the idle. What we haven't done yet is reset the timing, because no doubt when we put the Pertronix in, the timing is probably way off. And I think we're going to get that other 25%, just carburetor adjustments and timing adjustments. So, fan's going to run on and off a little bit, but let me fire it up, and we'll reset the timing. Okay, I have set it for about 10 degrees before top dead center at an idle, and then we'll go from there. Speeds about 750, 750, something like that. We'll go ahead and set the advance for 10 degrees. And go from there. Well, we just fired it up. You could tell the timing was a little fast. I believe that's what we got here. It's hard for you to see, but I need it both hands, so let's see if I can get you down there. Okay, the big mark is 0, and right now I've got my timing light set to 10 degrees. Idle has dropped down because we're about 10 degrees too fast. The smaller line is 10 degrees on the balancer. So if I take 10 degrees out of here, I should be on my small line now, which I am. So I was probably at about 20 degrees. So let me tighten the distributor down. All right, I guess I tipped you off. So a 750, 770, somewhere there sounds about right. I think this, the cam manufacturer suggested somewhere between 750 and 800. So that sounds pretty good right there. All right. Kind of feeling maybe another test drive. I think we're getting this thing dialed in. All right, test drive time. Little stumble. test drive. Well, gang, the Pertronix upgrade, very good upgrade. I think everything we have now, it stutters just a little bit at real low speed. I think it's carburetor, and that's going to be a kind of a learning experience for me to adjust this a little bit to decide if it's lean or if it's rich or what the issue is, but just by changing stuff. So I'll fiddle with that, and one of these days I'll let you in on what I found. So I think that'll do it for this video. The Pertronix Electronic Ignition and Flamethrower Coil upgrade. Big thumbs up. Not sure which was my problem. I'm suspecting the coil. I chucked it in the garbage. But it could have been the points again. It was a brand new distributor, but made in China. It's a $50 deal. Who knows? I've tried to adjust the points a couple times, thinking I'd at least change what it was doing, and nothing occurred. So anyway, I've got an extra set of plug wires now. I'll have for parts for road trip spares for me or somebody else, and yeah, we'll run with that. So gang, thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up on the way out the door. I would appreciate that. We'll catch you on the next video.